what I've been doing is I've been working on buying more cars, and I've started with something I've always wanted. Some people lust after a Ferrari, some people lust after a Porsche. Me, knackered old 1996 Mondeo. Why, car? Why must everything be difficult? So this is it, a 1996 Ford Mondeo saloon. Like I said, some people lust after supercars, you know, Porsches, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and I've always wanted one of these. It had to be a saloon, not a hatchback. I just like the way they look. I obviously like a saloon car. I've got this, which is a saloon. I've got the Rover, which is a saloon. I had the Mercedes, which is a saloon. I've got the Daimler, which is a saloon. You get the picture. And also, being a child of the 90s, I do have to offer some blame to Messrs Rouse and Radisich, because obviously the Mondeo was a sort of peak touring car in the 90s, or the early 90s. And again, that was a saloon. And I had the Tamiya radio control one, which I spent hours building at the tender age of 12, then took it out on the street, and my neighbour immediately drove over it because I didn't realise how fast those little Tamiyas were. Rest in peace. Now, before the lawyers get involved from Matt over at Furious Driving, let the record state that I have wanted this particular car for like 2 or 3 years now. It's been sat since 2019. It's not done a lot, but I've always been after it, and I was afforded the opportunity recently to buy it. So yes, I've got a Mondeo and a Beetle, and I'm a YouTubist, but Matt's lawyers, please don't come for me, because I don't have any lawyer money. I can't fight you. You'll just have to take the cars, and maybe a cat. So next we need to address what the car is, have a look at it, I'll tell you some more details, and then we'll devise, well, I've devised already a plan, but I'll tell you what that plan is, because this baby not staying standard. She's going to be fully sick. I believe that's what the kids say. It's not what the kids say. The kids don't say anything like that. It's under there somewhere. There is the powerhouse. It's about 115 horsepower, I think, or was. A little bit tappy at the minute, but it's not done a lot. The only thing I've done to it is put some fresh petrol in it, because it had none when it got here. And I've put a Yuasa battery in, because they're the only batteries that I will use. Not sponsored, paid for with my own money. Just good batteries, so I'll put that in. It had a horrendous amount of blow-by the first time I started it up. Still does, but we'll see what that's like after a few heat cycles. I'm sure the rings will come back. It'll be fine. Yeah, it's all standard stuff in there. It needs a damn good clean, which it will get. And needs a service. It'll get belts, water pump, plugs, leads. It'll get the works, and obviously I will detail the living crap out of the engine bay, because that's what I do, because I've lost all control of my life. So there you go. That's the engine, a silver top 1.8 Z-Tech. Deeply underwhelming. There it is then. 1.8 litres, 16 valves and twin cams of pure sales rep fury. If you had one of these in 1996, you were definitely almost middle management, almost. This one has barely run, as we know, because of the low mileage. Little bit tappy at the minute. There is some horrendous blow-by. Try not to drop the oil cap. It's quite loud, but it's sat for a long time and it's not done many miles, so we'll see if the rings come back around. For now, the 710 cap is keeping the oil in, that's the main thing, and keeping the blow-by in. So it's just like a wind tunnel in there. The only thing I've done is put a battery in it, Yuasa. It's all I'll use. And of course that is bought and paid for, that's not sponsored content. That's yeah, the only batteries that I will go for. Now in here there's obviously a lot to do. More preventative. Obviously the car is running and it moves, it does move. I don't move it because the tyres are knackered. But it does move, the gearbox works, the clutch has got loads of life left in it. But for the sake of the car's health and its future, it will get a new timing belt, new water pump. I've got new plugs for it, new leads. I'm going to paint the rocker cover because lost all control of my life. I'll completely detail the engine bay, new air filter. What else have I got? Oh, I've got some chrome bits, because chrome bits make it faster, but I'll show you those in a bit. But yeah, it's a sweet sounding little engine. It's not done anything all its life. Just need to make it a bit more presentable and a bit less gross, really, in there. What is it Mike Finnegan says on an episode of Roadkill? If you touch that, you're going to get gonna herpes or something. And that's where we're at with this. So we'll make it better. We'll polish some things. Job will be a good one. Now moving to the back of the car, the important bit, because it's a saloon. Now it has this god-awful spoiler on it, and this is going to upset some people because it is a genuine RS Rally Sport spoiler. And I don't know what it's for, but it ain't for this, because it's full of mastic holding it down, and I'm pretty sure I can enter it into the Chelsea Flower Show at some point as a demonstration of mobile moss. It's awful, and obviously the paint has gone on it. So this will be coming off. I'll get the holes welded up, and I'll have the boot lid resprayed because it's got some defects on it here and there. And I prefer them without a spoiler. I hate this spoiler vehemently, so that will go in the bin. Unless you get in the comments and go, I want a paint faded cracked RS spoiler, then you can come and have it. Just pop down, I'll throw it at you. Right, what's inside it? We have some lovely further entrance into the Chelsea Flower Show here, some mossy veneer. Not too bad in there. It's all solid, it's just a bit mossy. We've got some greenery going on over there. Monty Don would be proud. Mondeo Don? Montedeo Don? There's a pun there somewhere. Being a boot, obviously, it's got a capacious space. And it has, this is a prerequisite of all saloon cars, it has a murder blanket. Because if you're going to have a saloon car, the chances are you're going to be doing some murders, because you put the bodies in the boot because nobody can see them. But just for that extra stealthy angle, you have a murder blanket, cover them up, and you can put the shopping in there, and no one will know that the victims, you know, the victims of your crime are just stuffed up at the back there. Probably saying a bit too much about my lifestyle. But anyway, that's the boot. It has one. It's got some water in it and a murder blanket. Delicious. And then moving back into the car, into the palace of much velour. I love these seats, they're so comfy, but the best thing is they're all in really good condition because the car has done no miles. In the back here we do have many hairs of many a dog, so it will need a good clean, but that's okay. The headlining is attached, apart from at the very back, but I can get some Pritt stick on that maybe, bit of spit, maybe some Wrigley's chewing gum, thin it out, pop it in, stick it back up, job's a good one. But yeah, it's lovely in here. It's a dry, warm, nice place to be, and especially when I change all 4 speakers and put my thumping bass stereo in, so that I can listen to Enya's Orinoco Flow all the way up at 11. And because all reps about town need the sense of space and freedom, it has a sunroof. I haven't opened it yet, not until I wash the car and have a bit more faith in the seals, but for now it doesn't leak, so we'll take that as a win. If nothing else, it's just a window to the sky. Rolling speed sound. Now, this being a 90s repmobile, the most important part is, of course, the captain's seat. And it's a nice place to be. Everything is still attached. There's some warping of the dash over time, as old cars get, where the sun softens them up a bit, but it's nothing too egregious. Certainly not like the Rover behind me, where its dash just goes up now. No, it's nice. Velour, needs a clean, but I expected that. It's got a box for your gloves. It's a Verona, so I've got a rev counter. I've also got a heated front screen. I have tested that on a frosty morning. Only half of it works, but it's the important half, so that's good. It's not a Mk1 Mondeo without a pen holder, so pleased to report I have one of those, and I will go on eBay and buy a Ford pen, because that's as exciting as my life gets. Just realised I have a plethora of coin holders. I could put my 20p there. I'm going to have to get more 20p's. I've just realised I've got a plethora of coin holders, because I can put my 20p there. I'm going to have to get more 20p's. I've got an armrest. I've got more. I could hold more tapes in there. Ford really thought that people who bought them out on Mondeo were proper music fans, because I could have like an entire branch of 1986 HMV in here. Armrest, which has got the prerequisite dimple in it from someone's elbow over the ears. Feel it there. And what else? What else can I tell you about it? It's an old Mondeo. Velour, got a cog swapper, got electrically adjustable mirrors, such luxury, front and rear fog lights, one airbag. Whoever specified this car didn't go for ABS, didn't go for a passenger side airbag, but did go for the quick clear windscreen. So wanted to see where they were going, but didn't give a damn about safety. There's a hint of irony there. Yeah, blowers, no air conditioning, obviously, because it was the 90s, so that was before the world heated up, or so people who read the Daily Mail would have you believe. And yeah, it's just nice. And finally, the pièce de résistance, the heart, the soul of the cabin, the most important thing for the travelling rep, the stereo. It does work, it does come on, but I don't know the code. And also, as we touched on earlier, it's got Now 34 wedged in it. So that could just be an endless loop of George Michael and Gina G. And nobody needs that in 2023. Got a tape holder there. Now I could yank all this out and go for a massive, egregious, flashing, doubled in thing. I could put a screen there so I could watch The Fast and the Furious while I'm being slow and dubious. But instead I'm going to change the stereo, but that's all I'm going to change. I've got lots to change. So rather than any spannering in this video, let me show you some of the bits that I've got that are going to go into this Mondeo to make it my own, because on Polish projects nothing stays standard, and that doesn't change even if it is a low mileage Mondeo. We're going to mod this boy, we're going to make it cool. As I was saying in the car, nothing that I own ever stays standard. I like to make them my own. So I've got a whole host of bits that are going on the car, some custom, some maintenance. So it's stuff like new brakes for the front, the new brake discs, just because it's been sat. I'll hold it up properly so you can see it. I was going to speak to like EBC or the like, but it's a Mondeo with 7 horsepower, so I don't need to go mad, so just some generic pattern parts will do. We've got red HT leads, because red is faster, so they will make it go zoom zoom, though it's not a Mazda, it's a Ford. And then there's other bits and bobs, we'll come to that in a minute, and we'll come to those in a moment. Just drop everything. So rocker cover gasket, air filter, rear shoes, oil, genuine Fomoco oil filter, stuff to hold the timing, hold the cams in place, Champion mate spark plugs, sorry to anyone in the northeast, and then we have the fun stuff, Momo Prototipo. Now I know people will whinge about this because they'll be saying the car's got an airbag. I don't really want a 30-year-old airbag going off in my face. Oh, thank you very much. Plus, if I hit anything modern, I'm going to die. So I may as well die with some Italian style in my hands. So we've got that. I'm just waiting on the Hubba Boss to come from Nicky Grist Motorsport. Again, not sponsored, that's just where it came from. Because I've got 7 horsepower, I thought it would be nice to get a billet MTX 75 short shift kit. Just because nothing quite wakes you up in winter like getting into your car and just having to hold on to a really cold knob. So I've got that base covered there. And then to make it even faster still, oh no, I've been told by a reliable source that this is I'm gonna wait for a nod, this is class, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm adding some class with a billet polished 710 cap and a polished spark plug cover. Shiny, shiny, nicey, nicey. There is other stuff coming as well that I'm waiting on. So the stuff that's not here is the new stereo, which is a Blaupunkt Madrid Bluetooth unit. I've got one in my Rover, it's brilliant. I had one in my Mercedes, it's brilliant, so that's going in. Nice period looking head unit, which is good. What else? New mats. You've got to have new mats in your car. Changing all the speakers, got some Kenwoods for the back, got some Fly crossovers for the front with all the right adapter plates. And then we've got the fun stuff for outside of the car, or for the visual of the car. We have some new sprongs. These sprongs drop it about 60 mil, I've been told. But I'm not just going to put those on the old struts. Local Motor Factors, who I will be giving all the love and links to in the next video, are hooking me up with new shocks, new top mounts, so I can build complete new units, take the old ones off, which are very, very corroded, throw them unceremoniously in the bin, and then fit my new Stancy Boy suspension. And then of course we have the pièce de résistance. Yeah! Look how pretty they are. These are not Cosworth wheels because they're 17 inch. They're 17 by 8. They're made by John Brown wheels. Again, paid for with my own money. Wrapped in the cheapest Aptony tyres. Tyre snobs, please just don't bother commenting. I don't care. They're brand new tyres. They're rated correctly. They're all matching on the car, and they'll do the job. Again, it's got 7 horsepower. I don't need to put 888s on it. I don't need Dunlop directors. I don't need anything fancy. I just need these. They're a nice compound. They will do the job. So they're all fitted, mounted and balanced. I've got the centre caps, obviously, and they're going to set it off a treat. The tyres on the car are completely non-serviceable. If you want some 16-inch Mondeo Z-Tech alloys, let me know. You can have them. And then that's about it, really. A full detail, obviously. We'll do all that towards the end. New timing belt kit as well, new water pump. It's going to be a good project. It's going to look a lot different when it's done. It's going to look a bit meaner. It's going to be very reliable, hopefully. And I've always wanted one, and I think with these wheels on, with a bit of altitude adjustment comes some attitude adjustment, so it should look quite mean. Might put a cherry bomb on it, maybe a Peacock Big Bore 4 if I can find one. So yeah, that's the plan with the Mondeo. In the meantime, thank you for watching. If you are a patron, thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for continuing to support me. If you're not a patron, then what are you doing? Become a patron. It's in the description below. So have a go at that, and yeah, support a small man, well, a big man trying to make a small channel work for him and for you. And of course, go out there, work on your own car, buy knackered old Mondeos, buy knackered old Rovers, don't buy knackered old Beetles, they're a pain in the ass, and certainly don't buy old Daimlers because they're really expensive when you paint them. But have fun with your car. Until then, I shall see you in the next one.